So, what is it like living in Hudson Yards, the most expensive neighborhood in New York? Well, buckle up, because you're about to get an amazing idea what it's like to experience luxury living in Hudson Yards. We're about to take a deep dive into this glittering gem on Manhattan's West Side. So stay tuned and let's find out why. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Peter McLean and finding your home is my mission. So I've got the inside scoop of what it's like to move to Hudson Yards and experience the luxury living that it offers. And if you watch the entire video, it'll give you more insights about the most expensive neighborhood in New York and make you feel like a local before you even set foot into Hudson Yards. Let's kick things off with the view, shall we? A skyline that'll make your jaw drop. Living in Hudson Yards means waking up to a skyline that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're talking sleek, shiny skyscrapers that seem to touch the clouds. The centerpiece? Well, that would be 30 Hudson Yards, standing tall at a whopping 1,268 feet. It's home to the highest outdoor observation deck in the Western Hemisphere, called Edge. Imagine sipping your morning coffee while looking out at the Hudson River and the entire city sprawled out before you. Not too shabby, right? But it's not just about the height. The architecture here is something else. Each building has its own personality, from the twisting design of the vessel, that giant honeycomb-looking structure you'll probably see many times on Instagram, to the movable shell of the shed, a cultural center that literally transforms depending on what's happening inside. It's like living in a constantly evolving work of art. And here's a little insider tip. The sunsets here are absolutely killer. As the day winds down, the glass facades of the buildings catch the light in a way that turns the whole neighborhood into a canvas of oranges, pinks and purples. It's the kind of view that never gets old, no matter how long you live here. Shopping and dining that'll make your wallet cry, but your taste buds sing. Now let's talk about one of the biggest pros of living in Hudson Yards, the shopping and dining scene. If you're a foodie or a shopaholic or both, you're in for a treat. The shops in Hudson Yards are basically a small city unto itself. We're talking 7 levels of retail therapy, with everything from high-end designer boutiques to more budget-friendly options. But the real star of the show, the food, hands down. Hudson Yards is home to some seriously impressive eateries. You got Mercado Little Spain, a sprawling Spanish food hall by none other than Jose Andres. It's like taking a trip to Barcelona without actually leaving New York. Then there's Peak, perched on top of 30 Hudson Yards. The views are almost as spectacular as the food. Well, almost. One of my personal favorites is Torio Milos, a Greek seafood restaurant that'll make you feel like you're dining on a Mediterranean island. The catch of the day is displayed on ice and you can pick your own fish. It's about as fresh as it gets without actually catching it yourself. But here's the thing, all this luxury comes at a price. Living in Hudson Yards means you'll need to be prepared for some serious sticker shock. A dinner can easily set you back a couple of $100, and don't even get me started on the shopping. But hey, that's part of the Hudson Yards experience, right? Green spaces that'll make you forget you're in the city. Now you might be thinking, all this concrete and glass sounds great, but where's the nature? Is Hudson Yards a good place to live for nature lovers? Well, you bet it is. One of the coolest things about this neighborhood is how it balances urban living with green spaces. Let's start with the High Line. This elevated park runs right through Hudson Yards, offering a slice of nature amidst the skyscrapers. It's the perfect spot for a morning jog or an evening stroll. The plantings here change with the seasons, so there's always something new to see. But the real gem is Hudson Yards' very own public square and gardens. This 5-acre space is like a little oasis in the middle of the hustle and bustle. There are over 28,000 plants and 200 mature trees here. It's the kind of place where you can grab a book, find a quiet bench and just chill for a few hours. And let's not forget about Hudson River Park, which is just a stone's throw away. It's got everything from bike paths to kayaking spots. On a nice day you'll see locals out there, running, cycling or just soaking up the sun. The best part? These green spaces are constantly evolving. The developers of Hudson Yards are committed to expanding and improving public areas. So if you decide to make this neighborhood your home, you can look forward to even more outdoor amenities in the future. A neighborhood that never sleeps. Seriously, it's always buzzing. One of the biggest pros about living in Hudson Yards is that there's always something happening. This neighborhood takes the whole city that never sleeps thing to a whole new level. Whether you're a night owl or an early bird, there's something for you at any hour of the day. But let's start with the nightlife. The shops at Hudson Yards stay open late, so you can indulge in some retail therapy even after dinner. Then there's the Midnight Theatre, a state-of-the-art performance space which hosts everything from magic shows to live music. It's the kind of place where you might stumble upon the next big thing in entertainment. But it's not all about the nights. Early risers will love the fitness options here. Equinox Hudson Yards is basically the Rolls-Royce of gyms. It's got everything from a saltwater lap pool to an outdoor leisure pool with views of the Hudson River. And if you're really feeling fancy, you can book a stay at the Equinox Hotel. Because why not turn your workout into a staycation, right? And let's not forget about the cultural offerings. The Shed is a game changer on the New York art scene. This innovative space hosts everything from the concerts to art exhibitions and immersive theatre experiences. It's the kind of place where you might see the next Hamilton before it hits Broadway. The price tag. Brace yourself, it's not for the faint of heart. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. There's no sugarcoating it. Living in Hudson Yards is expensive. Like, really expensive. We're talking about the most expensive neighborhood in New York after all. As of 2024, the median home value in Hudson Yards is hovering around $4.5 million. Yep, you heard that right. And that's just the median. Prices can go way up from there. We're talking penthouses that cost more than some small countries' GDPs. But here's the thing. If you've got the means, many would argue it's worth every penny. You're not just buying a home, you're buying a lifestyle. You're paying for the convenience of having world-class dining, shopping and entertainment right at your doorstep. You're paying for those jaw-dropping views and the bragging rights of living in New York's shiniest and newest neighborhood. And let's talk about investment potential. While past performance doesn't guarantee future results, Hudson Yards has shown some impressive appreciation since its inception. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, the neighborhood has bounced back strong. In fact, according to recent data, Hudson Yards office spaces have some of the lowest vacancy rates in Manhattan. But it's not just about the property values. Living in Hudson Yards means you're part of something bigger. You're in on the ground floor of what many see as the future of urban living. It's a neighborhood that's constantly evolving, with new additions and improvements happening all the time. So is Hudson Yards a good place to live? Well, if you've got the budget for it and you're looking for a slice of ultra-modern, luxury urban living, then absolutely. But just be prepared for some serious sticker shock when you start house hunting. In a nutshell, living in Hudson Yards is like being in a city within a city. It's sleek, it's modern, it's convenient, and yes, it's expensive. But for those who can afford it, it offers a unique living experience that's hard to match anywhere else in New York. From the stunning architecture to the world-class amenities, from the green spaces to the buzzing nightlife, Hudson Yards is a neighborhood that's always got something new to offer. So if you're considering moving to Hudson Yards, my advice, come visit. Spend the day exploring the neighborhood. Check out the views from the edge, grab a bite to eat at one of the amazing restaurants, and just soak in the atmosphere. You might just fall in love with this futuristic slice of New York City. And who knows, you might even find yourself calling it home. If you like this video and would like to see more content, click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, my name is Peter McLean and I'm a real estate agent with Corcoran here in New York City. Contact me if I can be of service to you. My contact info is in the description box below. If you want to receive epic topics about the city of New York, make sure to subscribe and follow me here and on all my other socials. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. And remember, your home is my mission.